Spoilers ahead, fucknuts.
Here come the bros, you know they're always blazing, talking movies, TV, and all the things amazing, from superheroes to sci-fi and comedy galore. Read me with all the content, they never get bored. It's the two bros in a pod show, they're taking us to town. Covering all the things that make us jump and go out. Superhero movies, action and some comedy. Their podcast is the place to be. They're to make buddies, never missing a beat. Their witty banter, they make us all complete. From old classics to the newest releases, their honest reviews give us all the pieces.
Welcome to the Poe Show.
Hello, everyone. We're back. It's definitely been only a few minutes, right?
Maybe. Well, they don't know that. So, and welcome to our
They're only
review.
going to understand that if they saw our last review.
They pick and choose. I don't know. Don't leave those people excluded. And welcome to our review of the Gladiator 2.
Gladiator 2.
Yes.
Russell Crowe.
No Russell Crowe, sadly.
No Russell Crowe, that's right.
No
Russell Crowe's son.
No. Well, I mean his character's son, but not his actual. Fuck. Maximus's son.
But yes, we saw Gladiator 2.
Yes.
And I really liked it.
Yeah, it was an enjoyable movie. I had fun. I still think the first one's better, but you know,
Yeah.
I still had a
As
good time.
tends to be the case with these sequel things.
Yes.
It's just, I don't know. It's just, I really liked what they did here. I think Ridley Scott came back. I think recently, he hasn't been doing as good with like his movies.
Yeah, they
His
kind of
track
hit and miss at
record-
times.
Yeah, right. Because he did Napoleon. I know people were kind of mixed on that, but I think this was kind of return the form for him.
They made Napoleon a real fucking cuck in that movie. Anyway.
I never saw it still.
Yeah.
But with Gladiator, it's kind of returned to kind of like we did a few years ago because he returned the Alien, right, with Covenant.
Yeah.
It's kind of returned to form for him because he created Gladiator, he created Blade Runner, he created
Some of your
Alien.
all your favorite sci-fi movies.
Yeah. And I just saw Gladiator actually for the first time
Yes.
yesterday.
Yes,
and
we
I saw
watched it.
Gladiator 2 today.
I was about to
And
say, I've seen it before. You haven't. We just decided to watch it to give it a good idea of what it was. Maybe that was in stake for him.
But
us.
I really liked both movies. I think I also like the original better. But there's a lot I really like with this second one.
Agreed. I think it's also I just like Russell Crowe's acting more in the first one than the.
Well, like I said,
I mean, this
think
guy didn't do a bad
He was
job.
a better protagonist, but like this,
Russell.
Paul Mescal is the new protagonist. He
Yeah.
does pretty good. I like him, and he's like I said to you, I buy him actually. It's like one of those castings where I'm like, I actually kind of see him as Russell Crowe's son in a way.
I mean, yeah, I can see him being some sort of
Related.
Russell Crowe blood. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I kind of bought into that aspect of it too.
Yes, and by the way, for everyone, this is Russell Crowe's kid in the thing, or Maximus's.
Lucius.
Yeah, Lucius is Maximus's kid in this one. They say.
Because I guess him and like Lucilla like actually had a kid.
Apparently, he had an affair with his wife, and
Yeah.
I already told you I wasn't the big fan of change that character aspect of him.
Yeah. Because
But,
it was, I mean, it was kind of like a slight twist thing where they revealed they had a romance towards the end of the first one, but then like this just makes it so that like he was unfaithful to like his wife.
the thing
or
is, I
something,
knew it was
seems.
I predicted it was Lucius that we were seeing when they were hinting at him having Roman ties.
Yeah.
And the fact that you saw the other cast still alive, I'm like, oh, this is Lucius. This is definitely Lucius, as is grown up, probably ran away or for reasons.
Didn't I say that before we saw this too? Like when we watched the first one last night, I was like, I think the second one's supposed to be like her kid, but I didn't know it was gonna be Russell Crowe's kid too, supposedly.
Yeah, apparently it's a.
But I had heard it was
kid out of wedlock.
I had heard it was supposed to be his kid for the sequel, but I thought that was just rumors because like people just had to say that, you know.
Yeah, everyone who remembers in the first one, his legitimate family basically died on a vineyard, their nice little farmland, their homestead, got totally fucked. His other wife and son were both crucified.
Yes, that was pretty brutal.
Yeah, his son just got trampled by horses. That poor thing. That was actually such a fucked up scene. The first one.
I kind of laughed a little bit. Though,
I know. I
felt
laughed.
bad.
I'm a sick fuck. I laughed at it.
It was kind of.
You didn't expect it. That's why you're just
totally like
actually shows like a
totally
kid
like
like
a doll. It was totally a doll in that moment, though.
Yeah,
I think that's why I laughed. You just like something was just funny about it a little bit.
You just didn't expect to be trampled part.
Exactly.
You expected like maybe
like,
a
wow,
sword or something.
I just thought it was gonna cut right before that, and I think it caught me by surprise is what made me kind of laugh a little bit.
Yeah, you expect a sword. I was like when I remember first seeing it, I'm like, oh, okay, they're probably gonna. I guess, but yeah, they're gonna stab that poor kid.
It's not that kid.
Like, no, we trample him.
That kid is dead.
Yeah, he dead. He dead along with his wife.
Another kid.
Maximus's wife.
Had, I guess.
Yeah, apparently he had another kid. They're both at the same age too as Ace in the first movie. So
like
Maximus is an unfaithful whore.
I just have my own headcanon that like
fucking Maximus.
They had that whole scene where like they weren't revealing what his age was, even though they had implied like that he was supposed to be the same age. So I was kind of just like, my headcanon is just that he like is a bit older and he had this kid with another woman before the other wife, and that relationship just didn't work out, or she just didn't tell him that was even his kid. But I'm like, I know none of that's in the movie, but I'm just like,
well, I definitely
like you said, like it definitely otherwise like makes Russell Crowe's character seem weaker because like he was such an honest, like good person.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the noble man, the absolute noble, uncorruptible.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with this guy, because he just wants to get home to his wife and kid that he loves so much. Then you find,
and it's also kind of like I told you too. It's I guess also part of my head is that like over time, like history does like have a telephone game sort of effect. So like maybe that's part of it, kind of too.
Well, this isn't being told through a historical thing, so I don't think they could do that.
Yeah,
it's not like a narrator telling you the annals of history.
But yeah, if they are implying that sort of stuff, which they seem to be, I don't like that with that changing his character like that. But since he's not in this one and he's dead, it does piss me off because it impacts the legacy of the character, but he's not really in it, so it doesn't. It's like I said, I'm able to kind of separate it a little bit or get over it pretty quick. But yeah, I guess we wouldn't have the main character without that. Like I said, it felt to me more like a studio interference thing where they were kind of like, we're not greenlighting this Gladiator 2 unless you have Russell Crowe's kid as the. Or Maximus's kid is the main.
They could have kept it as just Lucius. Lucius already had a reason to run away.
I know. It's like he didn't have to be connected, but he had like the interactions with Russell Crowe and everything.
They did not have to make him Russell Crowe's kid. They could have just kept him as a kid who idolized Russell Crowe's character, Maximus, from the first movie. All that shit. That can explain the things he does, being callbacks, him rubbing his hands in the sand before a fight. Oh, it's because he actually watched Russell Crowe fight, or Maximus fight all the time, and his mom used to talk good praise to, and not to mention the mom always talking good things about Maximus and stuff. So it would make sense to me if they just stuck with this, but no, they went the Maximus is unloyal, unfaithful bastard who decided to cheat on his wife with the Empress or with the Emperor's daughter.
So yeah, we had Lucilla return. But then we had like new characters with Paul Mescal as the main character, Lucius.
I liked his character. I loved actually Pedro Pascal. I loved Pedro Pascal's character actually.
Yeah, Paul Mescal as Lucius, Pedro Pascal as Marcus, and then Denzel as Macrinus.
Yeah, Denzel actually did a great job as a
Denzel
twist villain. Everybody, spoiler alert.
Denzel was a great villain in this.
Yeah, he's a great twist villain. Like it starts off, you thinking there's gonna be because the two Emperor brothers are
kind of like Joaquin Phoenix.
They had very Joaquin Phoenix feelings to them. They were dumber than Joaquin Phoenix's actual like Emperor because in the first one, Joaquin Phoenix had to do what the crowd demanded, or else he knew he was gonna get fucked up by the crowd. And these guys are like, no, fuck him. Kill him. And then, and then ended up with a revolt, which Denzel's character took advantage of.
They're Beavis and Butthead in Rome.
Yeah, dude, they just gave me such fucking gross vibes.
I know. I was like, I kind of understand the Beavis and Butthead thing.
They also made them albino for some albino Roman leaders. I'm like, why are they albino? Why the fuck? They look gross looking to me.
But what'd you think of the violence here and the action? Cause I
thought
that
was
great.
Good. Yeah, dude, I enjoyed the action scenes. They had some sick, more creative ways of the gladiatorial combat.
Yeah.
Callback to them flooding the amphitheaters and stuff like that to get cool like naval battles while everyone watches.
Was pretty dope.
Still such a technology we can't really replicate well.
The baboon fight scene.
Yes, that
was brutal.
Just a hairless baboon hairless baboon is a horrifying.
His friend just gave up and was not gonna fight, and I was like, "No, dude!" Just bit into his neck. I was like, "Oh,
chomp."
Fucking brutal.
Of course, you got the first
movie
fight.
Is brutal. Like
the first fight with that happened in Namibia. I think that's how you pronounce it. Namibia. It's fucking. It's
yeah.
Where his wife where Lucius's wife dies.
Yep.
Just shot right through the heart. Shot through the heart. You're too late. Fuck you, Lucius.
What did you think of that? Because it was kind of similar to the first one with like his wife dying and everything. Like with his son.
Yeah, you mean Maximus?
Died.
How his family died?
Yeah.
Like the Roman centurion.
Like how they just kind of did the same plot thing with that. In terms of that,
this one was different. In Maximus's, they sent off like a brigade because he was betrayed by Rome. These guys were always against Rome, so it's just warfare and basic basically. Oh, victors, the spoils go to the victor type thing, and then sold off. Sorry, boo-hoo, your wife died. You're an enemy nation. Yeah, time to put you into slavery and gladiatorial combat. Fun thing.
Hope you like it. Listen to Paul Mescal and you'll get out alive.
I will say Maximus' family does not have good track record of loved ones surviving. That's for damn sure.
No.
No.
Especially after this movie by the time the credits roll.
Everyone you love dies.
Yeah. So many brutal deaths in this. It was definitely more gory than the original. Because like I said, there was a lot more like quick cuts in the original.
Yeah.
And like not as much like gore. It was like blood.
Yeah, well, that was the time period back then. They weren't a big fan of gory type stuff.
But I remember like people reading stuff about
blood.
I remember reading stuff about people saying the first one was extremely violent. And it is a violent movie, but it's not like, I don't know. It's like
I wouldn't call it extremely at all.
Yeah, not extremely though. Yeah.
Like you can say maybe I would say for the time, but for I remember as a kid at least even for the time I think there are more violent things in movies. I wouldn't call it extremely violent.
Yeah, exactly.
I just called it a fun war movie, whatever. But Roman war, Romans,
and it keeps you engaged too. Like the pacing is really good for this.
Yeah, everything's interesting at least.
Like
you keep track of the plot pretty easily too.
Yeah. Like for a 2.5 hour movie, I was pretty engaged. And like without the credits, I guess it's like only like 2 hours and 20. And like I think I was yawning at points, but it was only because we had seen 2 movies in a row. Because we had seen Red One and then this.
Well, we don't got to tell them that. No, we were right and prepped up. We didn't yawn at all. But
it was like I was like at the same time I was like I feel ashamed of myself. Like this is so I'm really into this. Like we're like Denzel. It's getting this point with Denzel where like shit's really heating up and everything. So,
dude, we should tell him that the Denzel like how he turns the brother against the other brother.
Oh,
it's like
that was probably the most brutal part. But like that was like the big villain revelation kind of scene in a way almost with him. Where you're like, this is a fucking truly villainous fucking piece of shit, Oh
yeah, like it's the imagery of Denzel controlling the other brother's hand and making it kill the other brother, like the puppet master imagery.
Because the other brother had like started, but there was like almost maybe still a chance, and then he was like, oh hell no, you're going through with this.
You think he's gonna help the one brother that's actually sane and more cognitive, but instead he puts his trust with the brother that has syphilis. I'm pretty sure it's saying, because it says the disease from his groin has spread to his brain. I'm like, oh, that sounds like syphilis. But and so he teams up with the loony basically because it's easier to control.
Yeah.
And that's what he does, and then it turns out good.
Because he was basically in control by the end. That's what you learned.
Call out to
because that guy's such a dipshit. It was him and his monkey were in control, and he's like, "No, I'm taking advantage of this. Like, just say I'm your vice president or I'm your second in command. You know, like." And I'll be the one controlling everything because you guys are so incompetent.
Hilarious. The new emperor decided to make his pet monkey in charge, which I'm like, oh, that's a call out to, I believe it was Caligula, who was an actual Roman emperor who made his horse the governor.
Really?
Yeah, he actually put his horse in charge. I think he even said even in his death, everything goes to his horse, and the Senate was like, yeah, fuck that. We ain't doing that.
Yeah,
just after he dies, the Senate's like, Nah, bro, we ain't doing
Joseph
it.
Quinn from Stranger Things in Quiet Place Day 1. He was the other emperor one that got killed. Well, they both got killed, but
he's actually
killed first.
Yeah, you couldn't tell actually.
I know, right?
He looks different in that
Eddie.
actual picture of him.
Eddie Munson is
he doesn't look like a
Emperor
weird,
Geta.
creepy like albino emperor.
Yeah, he was good in this. It was kind of a chameleon performance for him, so I was like, good job, Joseph Quinn.
Yeah,
good actor.
Even though it's just basically white powder they
Same
put
thing
on
with
him.
Quiet Place Day 1. He was
dyed his
kind
hair
of chameleon
ginger
in
for some
that,
reason.
too, like where his personality was so different from Stranger Things and that.
Oh, yeah, he was.
So, he's a good actor, and he was pretty good in this.
He played the villain, which is... Yeah, he made you hate him. Oh, Clegane.
I was just gonna say
Sir
that.
Clegane from Game of Thrones was in here.
Rory McCann.
Fucking the Hound. I liked how we were guessing too. We were like, you pointed out. I'm like, you were like, is that the Hound? I'm like,
he didn't have any speaking lines.
Like
and you're
the
like, no,
few
it's
times
not him. And I was like, yeah, that was dumb. It's not him.
When we first heard him, he was just shouting. He didn't sound like him at all. It was completely different. He was just, and it's only one words. But then when he starts speaking the sentences to Denzel's character, I'm like, holy fuck, it is. It is him. And we were just like, you were like, told you. And I'm like, yeah. Yep, you got it. You're right.
You got it. It's Clegane. You know you're Clegane.
Clegane. He showed. It's kind of weird they got him.
I'm glad he was in this. Last thing we saw him in was that fucking Knuckles show.
I know. That's true. Yeah, I don't want to member. I don't want to member.
Remember Silas?
No, I don't want to. But no, I liked it. He looked good and stuff. I was just surprised they got him for actually a surprisingly small role, it seemed.
I know.
He had so few lines.
Yeah, it was a weird pick, but sure. I mean,
yeah,
probably
whatever.
like the paycheck.
Yeah, exactly. More money for him.
They're like, get a Game of Thrones actor. It's perfect.
I mean, he looks perfect. He's a big motherfucker who definitely looks like he would fuck me up as a Praetorian.
Exactly. And your brain's already just like got that pre-existing slot there from Game of Thrones.
Yep. But yeah, this was a fun action movie. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really liked this. I think I liked it maybe a little bit more than you, but like I still think the first is better, like you said. But
like I said, the only thing that really has me wrestled was just literally Maximus's character change.
Yeah.
Type of feel to him.
But like I'd give it it's definitely in that like rewatchable stage where like I would rewatch it.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely rewatch it. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely more than a passing grade. I don't know if I'd see it in theaters again, but I'd rewatch it probably on.
Oh yeah, it comes out streaming
or something. Because nowadays it comes out 3 weeks after. It's like really not a long wait.
Yeah, dude, I remember waiting years for a movie release.
Right. But yeah, this is one I think people will really like. I think people will really like Gladiator too. I mean, I think it's like, interestingly, our crowd we were with like didn't react much or anything. I feel like, right?
Yeah, no, not really anyone.
But like, I feel like there was points where I was like, "Ooh," and shit like that, like, cause like the action was just pretty gripping at points. Like the sound was really good in the theater we were in too. Like where I was just like that rhino scene.
Oh, that dude riding a fucking rhino,
like,
pretty badass.
I was like, damn, like this feels badass right now. So I don't know, maybe if I did see it again, I would want to see it in theaters, but maybe I'd want to see it in like IMAX or something, actually, like a different format.
Yeah, maybe.
Because like it is an amazing action movie. and like kind of like John Wick 4 or something. It's like you want to see something like that on like the best like possible screen for like a movie like that, or even Godzilla or something when they're not that good, like the newest Godzillas. You still want to see it on a big screen and like get that good sound and stuff like that, because much
giant monsters are best.
Exactly, so much
screen.
else of the movie is so you want to get the best possible experience with the other stuff that they put a lot of effort into.
And this goes for it too, the Roman warfare type of movie, which always
the
usually
set design and costume design was amazing
very
this. Nice. Like I don't know what the budget was for this. It's probably like $250 million or something like that too. It seems to be a common number nowadays, but yeah, I don't know how this will do box office wise compared to something like Wicked. I think that might blow it out of the water this weekend, since it's also not R.
Oh yeah,
it's like PG. I think it's like not even PG-13.
Well, I'm not complaining. Like how much have we complained about movies not committing to R?
Oh yeah,
they should be R.
I think this will do. I think this will be more of a movie that does better over time.
I can see that.
Especially since it's close to December now, I think it'll go up for Oscars race, and then basically, you know how movies are when they get nominated for Oscars, people go start re-seeing them in theaters again when they do the whole Oscars re-release things and stuff too. So I think it'll be a movie that does better over time, but
honestly, I think
it's never gonna get another sequel, and it shouldn't.
Yeah, no.
But it's gonna maybe break even in the end, I think.
Also, kind of felt weird too when I noticed at the end, because remember in the end of the first Gladiator, it was supposed to, when Maximus even tells the Praetorian, we need to return. The last request of the Emperor, make this a republic again.
Yeah.
And then I guess they just told him to go fuck. They just fucked off. They just we're not gonna do that.
No.
We're gonna pretend like we're going off to do that, but we're not doing that. We're just
you guys are dicks.
We're gonna find the worst emperors to replace it.
Thanks, guys.
Even I'm like, so they kind of fucked over I guess that Praetorian Guard's fucking redemption arc. So fuck him, I guess too.
Dickheads.
I don't know why. I don't know why they would do that, but they did it. Anyway,
do you think they're going off of a lot of this stuff that like maybe people aren't gonna rewatch Gladiator 1 and they're just gonna kind of go with some of this stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But then like for people like us, it's like we just saw it, so like some of this stuff is like kind of a slight points taken off. You know?
Most people probably aren't going to go see those movies for the plot, so I guess there's that.
True.
I mean, unless you're me, I'm a fucking lore man.
Yeah.
I want my lore.
Or they're just gonna miss like little bits of plot and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And like not really be fully paying attention, especially with people watching it at home nowadays and stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to get people on their phones when they're watching this and shit. And if you're not paying attention, there's a lot you could probably miss with these Gladiator movies.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
But, yeah, story-wise, I think they did a really good job with this, too. Like I said, I think both the villains I really enjoyed. I think it might be, like, the villain in the villain department, at least. Slight upgrade from the first one, and Joaquin did an amazing job in the first one. It was like you hated him, but
you're the fucking
you kind of got that with those two brothers, like we were saying, and then you got Denzel. It was like a secret villain that was even like better than the two brothers, kind of. Like I was like, damn, I really like him in this movie. Yeah. Every time he's on screen, I want more scenes with him. Like
we also got the good noble fucking general too, just like in the last one. Where this time it's just Pedro instead of Maximus. Pedro Pascal's character.
He's always so wholesome.
He is. Yeah.
Even as Joel when he's killing an entire hospital of people.
They had it coming.
It's Pedro though. I can't get mad at him. He's so wholesome.
Was I supposed to be mad at him when he? Am I supposed to be mad at Joel in the game when he kills the people?
That was kind of a perfect casting with Joel as Pedro, because like no one can get mad at Pedro. So when he kills an entire hospital.
I didn't get mad at Joel in general. Joel's a good boy, whether it's Pedro or the video game. Anyway, we're getting off track.
That's where we'll see Pedro next.
Goddamn Mandalorian
getting killed as Joel in Last of Us.
Next Mandalorian, man. But no, he did a great job as a general in this.
He did, and he
just wanted the same thing as Maximus too. I didn't want to go home.
He didn't even have a ton of scenes either. But yeah, I like that he kind of had like parallels to Maximus too.
Yeah,
and he was like a good person.
Yep.
Just yeah. So He was kind of like another protagonist character, but really his only scenes were kind of with Connie Nielsen's character Lucilla, because they're like a couple now, right?
Yeah, she remarried.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, which was kind of interesting. I was like, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't even expecting this being the scene essentially just a few years after, or 30 years after, to be as according to the movie.
Good for Pedro, though.
Good for Pedro. But holy hell, that woman is definitely older than the time expectancy for back then.
Yeah, she looks great for her age. Amazing for her age, though. She's got to be like
60 or 70 in this movie, according to the thing.
Do you think the actress is that age too?
I don't know about the actress. I just mean in the movie. In movie, like
with the
since what, like she was at least in her 20s.
How many years?
Wait, was she into 20? Actually, they said
23 years since the original. How many years does this take place?
Actually, no. I just remembered in this second movie there was the scene when they're talking about the rumors and stuff like that. The guy did say she got pregnant with the kid at 14.
Mm-hmm.
So that would basically mean she was younger than she probably seemed to be in the thing, because the kid was like 12. 12 at the thing. So she was in her 20s at least. So 30 years after that, so she would be about 30, 40, 50, 50 in her 50s or so.
So that's probably the same as the actress then.
So 50s, 60s, yeah. Still good. Impressive age for someone back then, especially in politics.
Yeah. Pedro's getting it.
Getting it. Getting that gilf.
Picking up Russell Crowe's sloppy seconds.
Okay. Yeah. I would say sloppy thirds because of Lucius, but it turned out, I guess, Lucius's father was gay, and so that's why it's Maximus's kid. Too, because Maximus, I guess she wanted to
that's why his dad was so disappointed in fucking Joaquin.
I don't know. Joaquin. Wait, why?
Wasn't he like wicked disappointed in Joaquin Phoenix's character?
Well, yeah. Remember she married a guy named Lucius originally.
Oh, yeah.
Who they said was gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or that's what they said he was gay in this one. Yeah. In the original one, it was just a dad who probably died young, who died at some point. Maybe probably war.
So, do you think like Ridley Scott, like this is definitely one of his best things he's released in a while?
I guess so. What was the last besides Napoleon?
Like a good thing that he released?
He didn't do Romulus, right? Alien Romulus.
Romulus, yeah.
He did do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, Covenant.
Covenant was his last one.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know if he was. That's what I was curious.
Romulus he like produced, I think maybe, but that was Fede Alvarez that directed that.
Okay, so direct wise, yeah, I would probably say this is.
It's been a bit.
Good. The better ones he's done in a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Because goddamn it, I don't care what people say. Napoleon was kind of most of that movie was boring as fuck, and then also Napoleon was kind of a gross little cuck at times. I mean, like not, I guess not literal cuck, or I guess kind of literal cuck. Anyway,
well, they have Lady Gaga on that too.
Yeah. Joker moment. Anyway, but
Napoleon just fucking making a smile on his face.
Napoleon was a dirty fucking real life too. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't. But they really they made it seem like she was very unsatisfied with him, only liked his personality. I don't know. It was weird at times. It was a weird romance. Very uncomfortable
weird shit,
in that movie.
Weird shit.
Yeah. No kidding. Napoleon.
But yeah, anything else you have to say about Gladiator 2?
Nah, it's pretty.
Like we hit most of the beats.
Yeah, if you like Roman art, Roman warfare movies, which I know I see you guys. It says most guys think about the Roman Empire all the time. That's you. It's movies for you. I mean, not historically accurate, but neither was the first one. It's just Roman with some throw-ins.
Yeah.
Alternative fan fiction Roman history.
The special effects, CGI, like costume design, like set design and everything is absolutely like top tier for this movie.
Yes. You even get
action scenes are great. All the performances are great.
a Rebel Moon reference right in the beginning with all the wheat.
Yep. Even Zack Snyder's gonna like this. Nice slow shot of some grain and wheat for a bit.
Yeah, it didn't go on as long though. Don't worry, it's not bad. It's not bad or anything. It was just kind of funny. I can't look at wheat ever the same way after Rebel Moon.
Zack Snyder's like, hey,
you ruined wheat for me, Zack. How dare you?
That was legendary.
Legendary. But yeah, no, great movie, great action movie. I'd say.
No, I'm glad both movies we saw today were enjoyable.
Yes. Get to watch Denzel be a villain, watch Pedro being a baller Roman.
A little bit of Krampus in there too. That's Lobo Krampus.
God damn it, that's another movie. Stop it. Stop trying to intertwine the two. They don't know that. You act like it's independent.
Maybe.
Anyway. But yeah, no, great movie, great action, great characters are fun.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed this one, and I'd be happy to watch it again at some point.
Get to watch a guy get fucking impaled by a rhino. Fun things.
Brutal move. Pretty brutal, though.
Get to see naval warfare in a Coliseum that apparently loaded up with sharks. Don't think that's historically accurate. They did not put sharks. It was just water. That was already impressive enough as it was. We can't even have regular great white sharks live in captivity now. Can't even say it. It's impossible. Anyway.
Yeah, it was some stretches at points, but honestly, with how badass the action was, it was just so fun. Yeah,
exactly. Like I like seeing the sharks eat the guys after they fall.
No, exactly. And I've seen people bitching about some of that stuff, and I'm like, whatever. I don't give a shit. It's a
if
movie.
It was trying to be a historical movie, I would say otherwise. Yeah. But this is not trying to be a historical movie.
Exactly.
It's not alternate fucking
history.
Roman shit.
Altered history.
Yeah, like fan fiction history.
Yep.
It's just Gladiator times. I want something Gladiator, but something that's as fun and cool, and I want Roman shit.
Exactly.
Who doesn't want that?
I mean, it's DreamWorks did it. Come on.
Dreaming of Roman Empire.
People who made Shrek did this. Are you really expecting something deep?
Somebody.
No, it is deeper than that.
I mean, I would have loved to see Shrek in the Coliseum. Honestly, you know,
he was, bro.
Shrek just busting out the fucking thing.
Shrek 1, remember?
Yeah. God damn it! It was planned the whole time.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what Ridley Scott does next.
Yes.
I think he's probably producing that next Alien series coming out too.
Which hopefully should be good.
Like I said, I hope we don't get any more Gladiator. I mean, I think
end it off like this. This is perfect ending. Exactly. They decide to say, "Oh, we didn't go back to a Republic again for a third time." They
ended strong.
I'm gonna be mad if they do that. I'm gonna be mad. The first time was already weird. Like, okay, the Emperor
kind of felt
Republic.
like it had like a slight, but in a good way. I don't mean this in a bad way, but it had like a video game kind of ending with him and Denzel having the boss fight and everything, kind of.
I like how the one time the armor was actually really effective was just at that final fight.
It felt like
when we seen these guys cut through like armor and throughout this whole movie with fucking spears and shit. But
it felt like when you're killing. It felt like when you're having the final boss battle in like an Assassin's Creed game or something.
It was cool.
Denzel.
Yeah, especially like all the armies on both sides just watching them fucking fuck each other up.
They're like, oh shit, this is badass.
Let's keep it going.
All right, guys, let them do their thing.
Let them fight.
It's like a Mortal Kombat.
Let the gods decide, as they say.
It's a Mortal Kombat map.
Mortal Kombat.
The armies on each side.
Probably not far off, actually. I'm pretty sure there probably is a map. There's some that are close to that. God, Mortal Kombat, why didn't you do that? Fuck, that would have been perfect. That would have been a cool thing.
Should add Russell Crowe's Gladiator in there.
Yeah, fuck you guys for adding...
You can have a skin for the kid in the new one.
Fuck yeah. Just added fucking a Gladiator fucking fighter. That would have been great. People would have loved that, probably than some of the other DLC characters you threw in lately. Anyway, well, I'm done.
You fucked up. Come on.
Calling you out, Mortal Kombat.
Come on, Neversoft.
Your Homelander fucking moveset sucks. I'm gonna stand on this hill.
But yeah, this shit was pretty epic. Definitely recommend it. Go see it in IMAX or the biggest screen you can see it, because the sound and And like we said, all the special effects and action and everything is top notch.
Hearing the cheers of the Coliseum, roars of the
You want to
crowd.
be immersed.
Hear the fucking rhino fuck himself up on a wall.
See all the blood on the rhino and monkeys and baboons and shit.
The rhino fucking did feel like a boss fight where you boss fight, you have to make him fucking ram into
like
something.
I said, a lot of this felt like that, but like in a good, cool way.
Yeah, in a fun
like,
way.
Where like, I feel like a lot of time when I feel like that with movies, it's like the CGI looks like a video game in a bad way or something, and this didn't feel like that.
Yeah.
Like it had.
I mean, Rhino's obviously CG, but honestly,
like it had
it's
like
a fun
movie spectacle, like and like didn't look ass.
Yeah.
Like the baboons or like the rhino and stuff. Like it was CGI for sure, but like it didn't look bad.
They really made hairless baboons just look horrifying to me because
those were horrifying. That's what I thought too.
The one hairless baboon, I'm like, well, that's kind of creepy to look at. Fuck.
But yeah, there's fun.
Baboons were already creepy. I don't need hairless.
Fun stuff in there, and I think people are gonna like it.
Yes, indeed, it was a very good movie, a very good fun action movie.
But thank you for joining us on this one, Pose.
Check it out at theaters. It is at theaters now.
Yes. Fresh. We got to this one fresh.
Fresh meat for the gladiators. For the gladiator bit.
But, alright, Pose. We'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.
Till next time, stay grilled.
Stay toasty.
Toasty, bro.
Peace.